If you have ever thought about turning your expertise into a book that not only positions you as a thought leader, but also helps you attract more clients and speaking gigs, then you are in the right place. Because in this episode, we are breaking down exactly how to take your signature framework, that unique process that you're already doing with clients, and turn it into a book that builds your authority, expands your reach, and unlocks bigger opportunities. Welcome to Penned on Purpose, where we dive deep into storytelling, self-publishing, and the power of words to transform lives. My name is Nakomi Higgins. I am a retired therapist and best-selling author, and also the founder of Hype House Books, where I get the privilege of helping women coaches, healers, and change makers write, launch, and leverage their first nonfiction books to expand their impact and open doors to new and greater opportunities. So today, y'all, we are breaking down exactly how to take your signature framework and turn it into a book that builds your authority and really enriches the lives of those who read it. So let's start with why your signature framework really makes the perfect book idea. If you've got a process, a method, or a system that helps people get results, whether it's a 5-step coaching process, a transformation roadmap, or a unique therapeutic approach, you have already gotten the foundation. You already have, my grammar is crazy. You already have the foundation for a powerful book. And here's why. First things first, it's gonna show that you know your stuff, right? A well-structured framework proves that you've created real results for people. The second thing is it simplifies your message. When your book really breaks down a process or breaks a process down into step-by-step format, it's really easier for readers and potential clients to follow you and apply what you're teaching them. The third thing is it builds trust and credibility. A book based on your framework is going to always position you as the go-to expert in your field. You've taken the time to, not only have you taken the time, but you've put in the time, right? Seeing clients, working with clients to develop something that delivers an outcome. And that speaks volumes to people who are looking for a shift, a change. I don't want to say they want a guarantee, but they want a promise, for lack of better words. And here's the best part. You're also not starting from scratch when it comes to converting your framework, your method, into a book. So again, just a quick recap. The reason why it works so well for you to turn your framework, your method, your process into a book is because A, it shows that you know your stuff. 2, it simplifies your message. And 3, it builds trust and credibility. And here's the best part. You're not starting from scratch, right? You're already using this process with your clients. So now it's just about organizing it in a way that works for a book. In fact, I would say not only is it about organizing, the beauty about converting your framework to a book is it also gives you the time and the space to refine your framework even more, to really think through the method even more. And that's really, really a welcome gift if you think about it. So, how do you actually turn your framework into a book that impacts, into a book that can be easily digested and applied, right? Let's break it down. The first thing that you want to really do, I would say, is start with your core promise. And I talk about this in my course, Accelerate to Author. I talk about this in anything that I do. Start with your core promise. What transformation does your framework deliver? What outcome does your framework deliver? What shift will your framework deliver? Okay? Your book should promise the same kind of results your clients experience. in the current work that you're doing with them. I hope that makes sense. So again, you're not going to create some outlandish promise. What are the results that your clients are currently experiencing when you are walking them through this framework, this method, this process in the work that you're currently doing with them? Your framework should promise that transformation, okay? Number 2, use your framework as your chapter outline. You can, of course, create more chapters around it. You can bookend it with however you want to do it, but use your framework as your chapter outline. Each step of your method becomes its own chapter. Think of it like walking your readers through a coaching session, but in book form. This really gives you, again, it gives your readers an opportunity to really settle in to what you are teaching them and showing them, because you have more pages to walk them through it. But again, this is where the refinement for you as the author and the creator of this method, this process, this is where you really get to refine and it's where you get to really refine your own framework. Number 3, include stories and examples. So you get to bring your framework to life with real client success stories. You get to bring your framework to life with your own personal experiences or case studies or research. But this is an opportunity where you get to step from teaching and just telling to really bringing them into the experience and allowing your reader to see themselves in your words, to see themselves in the outcome that you're promising. It also allows you, when you're telling personal stories, to anticipate the resistance that your reader might have as it relates to what you're teaching them in that chapter. In other words, if you're presenting something and you know from personal experience, this is that something where a lot of your clients typically bump up against, you get to infuse that knowledge and that expertise into that chapter, and it just creates a deeper, more meaningful connection with your reader, and they're going to feel like you're there with them. Listen, I can go on for days, but I'm not. Number 4, add reflection points or exercises. This is my favorite thing to do. I typically like to write hybrid style books where I am introducing a new perspective, a new idea. I'm also sharing stories. And then at the end, I'm always going to create space for the reader to reflect on the information they've just digested or are trying to digest. When you add reflection points or exercises to your book, you make your book interactive, right? When you're adding journal prompts, when you're adding exercises or actionable steps at the end of each chapter, what you're also doing is you're showing them that this method, this process leads to, this method or this process can be applied, right? This is how we ensure practice. This is how we ensure that they're not just becoming aware of information, but there's an opportunity for them to test out what they're learning. And that's always going to increase confidence at the end of the day, right? That's going to increase your reader's confidence. It's going to allow them, and it's also going to increase their insight. So at the end of the day, the goal is to make your book feel like a guided experience, okay? One that not only teaches, but also helps your reader take action. And that's really, really important because it optimizes your ability to leverage your book for other opportunities. And let's kind of talk about how to actually use your book as a marketing tool to attract not only more clients, but also more speaking gigs, more opportunities. Again, when you turn your framework, your method, your process into a book, you can use it as a lead magnet, okay? You can offer a free chapter, a companion workbook on your website in exchange for email signups. You can build, your book can be the foundation of your coaching program. It could be the foundation of a membership community. It could be the foundation of a workshop or a course. when you have a book that is based on your framework or your method, you can also leverage it for speaking engagements so that when you're pitching yourself as the expert, you can use it to show organizers how your framework delivers results, okay? You can also use it to get featured on podcasts and in the media. A published book at the end of the day is always going to make you more attractive to guests or podcasts. But when you have a framework, a method, or process that you're also teaching, I personally think that it even elevates a little bit more because it suggests easier digestion, right? It suggests a more clear step-by-step process to change or to a desired shift that many people want in their lives. So I always want you to think about it in this way. Your book isn't just a book. Okay, it is a strategic asset that can open up all kinds of doors for your brand and your business. That does not mean that you can't enjoy it creatively. That does not mean that you can't be authentically you. It simply means that your book gets to be so much more than just words on a page. Think of it as the first step, right, in a bigger journey that leads your readers to ultimately work with you, to learn from you, to enter into your world. And so it's a huge opportunity, and I sincerely hope this information has helped. As we're wrapping up, if you've got a signature framework, I really want to encourage you not to keep it to yourself. I want you to not get stuck in the belief that, oh my God, it's not developed enough yet. Because again, the writing experience, the writing process will allow you to refine and fine tune your method, your process. It's going to create a space for you to intimately really take what you're doing in your day-to-day and break it down into words, okay? And that's going to also increase your ability to speak to it more effectively. I want you to think about this as an opportunity to really turn your book into something that positions you as the expert, that attracts the right clients, and again, really opens up space for you to teach it more. And if you need some extra guidance, check out Accelerate to Author, my step-by-step program that will help you through writing and publishing your first book with confidence. If you want to learn more, you can click on the link below in the show notes. I will also include a recap of the points discussed in this episode that you can download. And hey, before you go, if you found this episode helpful, make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and let me know your biggest takeaway. I'd love to hear your thoughts, answer your questions, and maybe even feature them in a future episode. But always remember, your story deserves to be told, and I can't wait to see what you create.